the National Vice Chairman of Unit Overseas, to Nassau to help us and direct us through the process of chapter development. When the 9/11 events unfolded in 2001, we had 12 ladies working hard to get their DAR membership papers approved and the Bahamas chapter formation completed. Needless to say, renewed enthusiasm to organize, and that mission was accomplished 3 months later. In 2002, several members attended their first National DAR Congress in Washington, D.C., where we proudly witnessed the Bahamian flag being carried into Constitutional Hall for the first time by one of our junior members and page, Aaron Mitty. The Bahamas chapter has been represented every year at Congress since its formation. Several members have served as National Vice Chairman, Unit Overseas Advisors, and editor to the Unit Overseas newsletter. Today, the Bahamas chapter has 40 members living in Nassau, the United States, and South Korea. We have 348 associate members who live in the U.S., Spain, Italy, the United Kingdom, and Canada. In addition to the Bahamas chapter DAR, there are DAR chapters in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Germany, Japan, Guam, Australia, Russia, and others. In 2013, the President General established a Celebrate America, and I'm proud to say that the Bahamas chapter has logged more hours of community service than any other Unit Overseas chapter. Thank you. In 2014, our chapter logged 4,637 hours. Our members make a difference in their communities by volunteering at homeless shelters, nursing homes, hospitals. They feed the hungry, knit blankets for cancer patients, tutor students, write scripture reflections, weave sleeping mats for earthquake and tsunami victims. Each President General during her administration visits the Bahamas, along with her administration's Unit Overseas Chairman. While here in Nassau, a visit to the American Embassy is arranged, along with other various culture and educational events. This past January, the Bahamas chapter developed a special project that purchases school uniforms for children, for Bahamian children. All public schools here are required to wear uniforms. They provide their own uniforms, books, and supplies. Many families are unable to do so. In fact, there are children that share uniforms within the family, causing those children to alternate school days. Since education is promoted by DAR, we feel it is a great project to provide needy children with the uniforms and supplies needed for them to attend school daily and to provide an education. Thank you so much for including me and the Bahamas chapter in your program, and we invite you to come back when the sun is shining sometime. Thank you.
Even when it's with the liquid sunshine out here, welcome to all of you. Welcome to Bahamas, Sons of the American Revolution. When we, like so many times, we follow the daughters of the American Revolution. They're always there first. When we went over to put a plaque up in Statia, the plaque was already up for the daughters. When we decided to come to the Bahamas, who did I call first? I reached out to Vicki, who was kind enough to help us get things going. So we're very appreciative of the daughters, who outnumber us, by the way, about 5-1. So, but you know how it is in our house. The women always outlive us. So it is truly captivating to be here. And as you can imagine, America's always had been captivated by the Bahamas, whether it was Blackbeard or whether it was Captain Jack Sparrow, whether it was James Bond and anyone who was 4 different adventures in the Bahamas. You've captivated our hearts, and today is no exception. This is truly an outstanding presentation by a number of people who have worked tirelessly to put this together, not the least of which gentleman Craig Mortimer in the back of the room, who's done wonderful work for us. Thank you, Craig, for everything you've done. It is my pleasure to introduce not only the President General currently of the Sons of the American Revolution, Lindsey and his wife Billy, who is an outstanding dancers we've seen already too, but we also have 3 previous President Generals that are here today as well with us. And that's that they stand. President Wilcox, President Simpson, and President Butler. Stand and say hi, please. And without any further delay, let me bring Lindsey Brock up, our President General, who is prepared to bring greetings and also honor a couple of recipients today with our International Medal. The International Medal is awarded by the Sons of the American Revolution for outstanding service and recognition of friendship with foreign officials. It can only be awarded to foreign officials. It cannot be given to a U.S. citizen or a U.S. representative. And so, President General, please. President General Lindsey Brock.
You know, over the years, I've had the opportunity to visit different countries, Spain, France, and a few others, and I want to tell you that this one is the most fabulous that I have ever had, the greetings that we have received. And it's wonderful that the two countries can get together. Vicki, I just was in England, and with Lin Young, who is the President General of the DAR, as you well know. And she and I met the Queen, and of course her picture got on all the news medias, Twitter and Facebook, and before my picture got there. But we came through. We were going to have a magazine, SAR magazine, with the three of us. We got to have a beautiful lady from the DAR. So the Queen is going to be standing between us, and Lynn will be on the other side. And I'm sure that all of you, we'll try to get you a copy of that down here, Vicki, and some of the others if you'd like. And I want to say appreciation to the coordinator of this visit down to the Bahamas. When I first started campaigning for the different offices, I was saying that we were coming to the Bahamas. But at that time, you know, I really had no idea how I was going to put that together. But, you and find out about different individuals. So Dick Bryant, who is from the great state of Missouri, he is an ambassador to the Bahamas, in case some of you may not be aware of that. But he has arranged all of this with all of the people here from the Bahamas, and I just certainly appreciate it from the depths of my heart and my wife. We have had a wonderful time, and being here with this celebration that we had today, I would have never dreamed when I was talking about coming to commemorate the first amphibious landing of the United States Marines in 1777 that we would receive such a warm welcome. And it's because over the years, our country, just as we were in England and were well received, although not with all the, she's very dignified, But anyway, we had a wonderful time there, but this one tops it all. Tops it all. And I think we need to remember those men who fought, who came down, and, we really didn't cause a lot of stir up in the raiding the Bahamas. We just wanted some of that gunpowder. And actually, I think we may have intentionally waited until the next day to drink all that liquor and forget about it and let them haul that back up to St. Augustine. But we did get away with a little dab, which may have helped us in some battle. I'm sure it did. So we certainly appreciate being here today, and we appreciate all of you gentlemen, the welcome that we have received, the band that was here, and I know that my wife, what's that? Gentlemen and ladies. Yes, my wife always corrects me. She said, we remember the ladies. Vicki, I'm going to ask all the DAR ladies to stand up, and you shall see that we have a lot of DAR members. So stand up, ladies of the DAR. Now, if I were to ask the men of the SAR to stand up, we would make you all kind of look a little weak, but so I won't do that.
Which would be the first event where the sons actually outnumbered the women.
Yeah, it would probably be, except at our annual Congress, and Lynn Young will be there, and some other dignitaries. But again, let me thank you from the bottom of my heart for the wonderful reception, welcome that we have received here today. And thank you, Dick, for this occasion. Now, would you read out the names of the individuals who
AMMC Chairman Courtney Strong, would you please come up?
Courtney.
There you go.
It is my distinct honor to present you the International Pin. It can only be presented by the President General or his designee, and that designee has to be a national officer. I think that it would probably better if we just, but it is a beautiful, it's one of the more beautiful pins medals that we present throughout the world and to our membership in the United States. Very beautiful colors here too. It kind of goes with the Bahamian colors.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Courtney. And our second representative, Secretary Harrison Thompson.
And it is my distinct pleasure to present to you, on behalf of the National Society of Sons of the American Revolution, the International Medal. And it's the same medal, but it's a beautiful medal, and wear it proudly. Thank you.
Let's turn it. Shake hands with the.
Yes. Yeah. Why don't you come back over? Did we get a picture of you two?
Courtney, come on up here again.
Come on up here, yeah. Turn your medals around where they can be seen how beautiful they are.
You don't understand. You want to?
Yeah. Turn your arm around. Thank you again. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
2011, I had the privilege of writing a book that's called The Bahamas and American History. And guess what's on the cover? The invasion of Nassau. Okay. That's the cover of the book. And so it's a pleasure of mine to present it to you, Sons of the American Revolution. May you always be our friends.
No, take your turn. Take your turn. We can get a shot here first. Okay, ready? Good. Lovely. Dog. Look up this way. Hold on now.
Let me get you
Then you're finished.
right this way. No, right this way.
Hold on. Turn around and get it on TV. You're on TV there.
See, okay, all right.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Quite welcome.
Okay, now that all of the presentations have been done, we're going to have two more sets of speeches, very brief speeches. We're going to invite
Mr. Flowers, thank you. The protocol being established already, I will keep this short, as promised. I welcome everyone. It's distinguished guests, good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here on behalf of the United States Embassy in Nassau to greet the Sons of American Revolution as you gather here to commemorate the Battle of Nassau. Your presence here today highlights the magnitude of things, particularly the strong connection which the Bahamas and the United States share, and which we at the U.S. Embassy work towards each day to try to codify. As the Sons of the American Revolution work to advance ideals of American freedom and patriotism through commemorations such as this, we join in recognizing the achievement of people's pursuit of freedom for the right to choose their own future, their own leaders, their own religion without fear of persecution or retaliation. Those rights have been defended again and again, and we have a solemn duty to protect these universal principles for our children and for their descendants. In just less than 2 months in July, both the U.S. and the Bahamas will celebrate our prospective independences. On those days, just like today, as we've gathered as this historic event has indicated, we can reflect on the battles fought and the journeys we have traveled. We enjoy the fruits of peace, liberty, and prosperity, Americans and Bahamians alike, and we must honor the sacrifices and visions of those who made our freedom possible. As free citizens of the Bahamas and the United States of America, it's our obligation to ensure that the democratic principles of free thought, speech, and association are defended in our home.
I tried to come off the horn.
I think I'm gonna get.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Right here. Put your briefcase down, Miss PG.
Miss PG.
You're in the middle, and we put the Marines around you.
Just take him home with you. He gets lost.